Hello and welcome to a new episode. In this episode, we're going to install this sink. Now, what's so special about this sink? Not much, except that it costs us just 80 bucks for the whole system. Sink, tap, and framing. Let's get started. So in a previous video, you could see us installing the sink to wash dishes. Now we just need to have another sink here to be able to wash your hands. Because it is kind of nice to be able to wash your hands after visiting the toilet, right? And preferably not in the same location as you wash the dishes. At least not for a sanitary building like this. So we went to a second-hand shop to look at some sinks over there. And we found something really nice. But they wanted 40 bucks for it. Just for a sink, and then we still had to buy a tap and all the connections for the sewage and stuff. So that was a bit much. So then we went online to one of those internet shops of one of the most rich people in the world, and we found a crazy cheap sink, including a tap and connections. At least that's what it said. So today, a package arrived. And who would have thought? It's all the way from China. It feels a bit lightweight for what's promised, but hey, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Balloon for the girls. Hose. Tap. Pretty light, plasticky, but hey, it works. At least it's not gonna rust. Some Teflon. I really don't like Teflon. Sewage pipe. Some connections. A sink. This is metal. Stainless steel, I suppose. It even has a drumming plate in the back. And it has 2 holes. So you can either decide on which one you want to tap or not. Or you can even add like a soap pump, maybe, a dispenser. Some frames. And some tubes. It's some kind of instruction manual. Unfortunately, my Chinese is not that great. There's a QR code though, so let's see what that does. Only to chat with him. Well, I don't think I'm gonna chat with him. Let's see if I can get this connected. So this is what it should look like. Let's see. I'm doubting if they could make it even more flimsy than it already is. They've engineered this to the fullest amount to reduce cost. I think this material is so flimsy. I can easily push it in with my nails just like that. Not really sure, but I have to keep in mind it was just 80 bucks. The frame is done. Because this wonderful unit will be outside all the time, I'm going to drill a hole in every foot. So if there's any water that collects inside this feed, it can get out again. Feels more sturdy than I'd expect. Okay, now the sink. Connection, even a little basket. And I think they really like that it's stainless steel number 304, because they put it on. Quality, huh? Well, for your information, stainless steel 304 is like the normal stainless steel products that you have in your bathroom and stuff. You know, the stuff that's stainless steel but ends up rusting within a year or two. Well, that's the cheap ass stainless steel. 304. So we have these double-sided adhesive squares that should go here. If my Chinese or looking at the images is correct, that means I attach the sink to the frame with some double-sided tape. Maybe that's something where I should have a look on later on. But I gotta be honest, with something this cheap, it's pretty complete. Even some kind of over complete, because there's an additional connection. The Teflon tape that you don't even need to use. An extra tie rib? I don't know. Okay, so the frame and then the sink goes on like that. Well, you can't be too picky for this price. That looks like an easy install. Let's see if it works. Open the valve. We have water. And then close it.
Water.
And it's done. That's awesome.
Can I have this one?
Well, that was an easy install. Now all we have to do is do some sewage again. But that will do later on, because you know what? We're going on vacation. In fact, we already are on vacation. Look at our camper van over there. We are camping on our own terrain. And no, we're not staying here. We're going and having some fun in our own country, in Portugal. Going to the coast and who knows where. But to be honest, this is already vacation like this. I mean, we've got a camper van there, sanitary building there, and we've got the playground over there. So I could just sit and relax at our camper van while the kids are playing in our own playground. Isn't that awesome? If you want to enjoy this as well, have a look on Park for Night. I'll put a link in the description, and then who knows, we'll see you here. Ciao! So it works. That's good. And now I've got to get back to digging again to get the sewage in. Oh well, let's open up the ground again. So the way I make holes in the combiner box is I first drill it with a smaller drill, then I exchange the smaller drill for a bigger drill so I can combine the holes that I made with the smaller drill, and then I'll just hammer it out. There's probably different ways to do that and maybe easier, but so far this has worked pretty good for me. I get nice openings that are not too big, not too small, and it's just easy to do. Easy peasy. I've got a pipe, I've got a few connections, I've got some Vaseline. Put this together. Put it in place, something like that. Okay, so I need to cut it somewhere here. I guess I can use that last piece that I just cut to go upwards vertically where I put the tap. Let's just try it, and otherwise I can always exchange it for a bigger one. Perfect! So we've got the vertical section, connections, and then we've got the pipe over here. So before I make the concrete and concrete this all in, I'll dig it out a little bit further, just right at the hole over here, so I know there's sufficient concrete below the pipe as well. And now I'll give it a little bit of a power wash to get most of the debris around the holes away. So while that dries, I can make some cement. And hopefully the hole is empty of water when I'm finished with making the cement. 2 parts of sand, 1 part of cement, a bit more than half a bucket of water, but I'll first pour in a half bucket. I can always add more water if I think it's too thick, too dry. It's kind of difficult to get the water out, so, and then mix it. Okay, the water is gone. Before I start, I put the cardboard back in. This way I'm absolutely sure that there's nothing going into the main sewage hole. Maybe I'll put a bed of concrete here first. Like that. Okay, that's cemented in. I did make one mistake, or at least one mistake that I know of, and that's that I should have fixated the other side first. This side. Because every time I move this side, that will move as well. So then we'll create spaces in the cement, and it's not tight anymore. So let's restore that first. So as you can see, if I move this, the connection over there moves as well. That's not good. The pipe is fixed against the cladding. I've redone the cement at the combiner box. Now we just have to wait to let it cure, and then we can fill in the rest. The cement has cured sufficiently, so now we'll just fill in the hole again. as if it's never been opened up. There we go. All finished. Now what are my thoughts of this sink for 80 euros? Was it worth it? Well, you see, you say you get what you pay for, and that's probably true, but I think they did a lot of things right here. One of the most important things I think of a sink like this is the sink itself. And the sink itself is pretty good, you know? It feels rigid. It's nice brushed stainless steel. So I think that will go a long way. Now, the tap, on the other hand, it looks chrome, but it is plastic. Not sure how long this will work, but hey, you have to cut corners somewhere. At least it's functioning, and I hope it will function for a long time. We'll see. Then we have the structure. Well, the structure, of course, the plating, the steel that's been used is not that thick, and maybe it's going to rust a bit quickly, and of course it has plastic connections. But it does feel more rigid than I thought it would in the beginning. There are a few things though that I'll probably replace in the near future, and one of those is the connection to the tap. It was all included, which was very nice, but you can already see that it has a bit of rust on it, and you also see a bit of wetness, so it's not 100% waterproof. So I'll probably change out one of those connections. That will probably set me back maybe 10 euros. And then we have the sewage connection. That's just awful in my opinion. The material is far too thin. You can see the water flowing through it. So I guess hit it once and there's already a hole in it. So I'm gonna replace that as well. That will probably set me back another 5 to 10 euros. Those things aren't that expensive here. But overall, I'm very positively surprised by this product. For just 80 bucks, the whole system, and it's functioning, and the quality seems to be kind of okay as well. Well, for me, it's a no-brainer. Especially if you're gonna use this for something like we are using it for, just something where you can wash your hands, or you know, for an outside kitchen, maybe it's handy. It's really worth the money. Well, that was it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Ciao!